Civil rights didn't write your resume, but civil rights made somebody read your resume. Don't act like whatever you achieved because you were that smart. You got there because some unlettered grandmas who never saw an inside of a college campus put their bodies on the line in Alabama and Mississippi and sponsored you up
here. Welcome to Beyond the Walls, our community most talked about radio show. We're broadcasting live tonight from the KTYM studios in Inglewood, California. I am your host, the Reverend K.W. Toulis, Senior Pastor of the historical Weller Street Missionary Baptist Church and Western Regional Director of the National Action Network, where the Reverend Al Sharpton is our founder and national president. We welcome each and every one of our listeners tonight to our weekly and exciting broadcast, a live in-house radio show that's designed to drive you, our listening audience, beyond the walls to action. National Action Network, our community most prominent civil rights organization, a group that's at the forefront of every social justice and civil rights issue right here in Los Angeles and across the country. Be it police brutality, be it demonstration, National Action Network is on the case. We operate daily in the spirit of Dr. Martin Luther King. His spirit is alive and well within the fabric of our organization. King's spirit lives within our community right here in Los Angeles, where it gets no better than the National Action Network, a place where action lives each and every single day. Our office, Western Regional Office, is located at 2828 West Jefferson Boulevard, right on the corner of 9th Ave and Jefferson, right in the Concord Church facility where the Pastor Bill Hemphill is the pastor. That's where each day we come together, we strategize, we organize, we call the people together and getting them ready, trained to become freedom fighters for our community. Each week our desire is for you, our listening audience, to become more engaged beyond the walls and move towards action. National Action Network. As I share each and every single week, I'm so glad I'm not on this crusade by myself. Each day, each week, many of our NAN family will come here every Wednesday night on KTYM and help us to drive you, our listening audience, behind the walls. Welcome, family.
Good evening. Good evening.
Oh, how's everybody doing tonight?
All right.
Good
evening. Welcome, my radio listeners.
Simone. Hello, radio audience.
How we doing?
Well, we're doing great, Reverend Toulis. I mean, we're just happy to be back in the studio with our radio listening audience. We welcome you again to another exciting and informative session of Beyond the Walls, and we're thankful once again for this opportunity to come to your home and share with you what's going on in our community. We're very good. We're thankful tonight just for being here.
That's right, Reverend J.
All right.
We missed you last week, brother.
Well, I missed you all too, but
you was doing some husband duties.
Yeah, I had the honeydew.
Honeydew.
That's
We
a good
understand
thing.
the radio
That's
audience.
a good thing.
That's a great
Our
thing.
friends at NAN and around the city, we thank you for tuning in. I'm Reverend Nathaniel Martin, pastor of New Life Institutional Baptist Church, what they call the enforcer at NAN LA chapter, and we're happy to welcome you all in. Hi, Ms. Shoemate.
Good afternoon. I am Jo Helen Shoemate, and I am the chairperson over membership for the National Action Network. And I want to say that this Monday, June 1st at 6 p.m., we will have our general membership meeting. So come one, come all, come out and join us so we can discuss what's going on in the community.
And I'm very respectfully bringing up the rear. This is Robert Bush, and I'm National Action Network's Western Regional VP of Marketing. And I'm glad to be here today. It's going to be an exciting show.
Yes, yes, and we have a special guest online that's a little further away. She's further up the rear, Robert. Welcome, Simone.
Yes, good evening, everyone. I am currently in Kansas City, Missouri, but in Los Angeles in spirit. So I welcome everyone to the listening to the show, and I am the Western Regional Director of Youth Move, and we're on a move. That's the reason why I'm traveling the U.S. today.
We're so happy to have you, Simone, and all that you're doing. We most certainly appreciate it.
I think we
Thank
got
you.
your Youth on the Move Facebook page up today for National Action Network.
Hey!
That's right.
Hey, we're getting things started, getting the action.
All
right.
right. We're looking
It's
forward
up
to
and
great
rolling.
things to come, and we're so thankful for you joining us tonight, Simone. Well, family, look, we had an action-packed week last week. Our organization, we do believe in action.
That's right.
Action is our
Yes.
middle name.
Yes.
We had something called Legal Night at NAN on Thursday night. How was Legal Night, y'all?
Well, every time we have a legal night, it's very exciting because we have some great attorneys that come out, free information, and we do offer that to the community at large. That there are situations that you may not be able to go in immediately to an attorney, and fortunately, and we've been so blessed to have two great attorneys, Peter and Jason, who have been working alongside with us every step of the way. So we invite you to come out. If you don't have a problem, you know somebody that might have a problem, to come out and share. And we definitely have someone there that can give you an answer.
And that's every third Thursday of every month. And we want to thank all of our attorneys. We have more than Peter and Jason. We have about 6 or 7 of them that come down
Absolutely.
faithfully. And we're thankful for Jai and for all of the attorneys. I don't want to start calling name, Brother Gary and everybody that's come out to our legal night, and Miss Juanita come out and do some expungement work. So we're thankful for our legal night. So if you want to take advantage of that, the next time you have event is available for you to do that is June the 18th at 6 p.m. at our office, 2828 West Jefferson Boulevard. So that's a wonderful time to get involved and get engaged and
Yes,
come get some
family.
Yes.
service.
You need
And
to come
please
out.
remember, young and old, everyone is welcome to come to Legal Night. I typically see older people at Legal Night, and I invite and entreat those who are young. We all have problems, and so if you just have questions about how the legal system works and the justice system, stop by. Come over.
Yeah, we had a full house on last Thursday night, so come on out next third Thursday of next month, June 18th, 6 p.m. NAN. We also had Memorial Day. We took the time to we pay homage to our troops, but we also remember those who have lost their life to police brutality.
Absolutely. It's a time of reflection as we look back and see the conditions that are currently going on in our communities, not just across the country, but what we are facing here in Los Angeles. There's so many lives that are being taken through the use of police brutality. And we took the time on Monday to stop and reflect not only on the veterans that have fought throughout the wars, but also those that have shed their blood here in our communities.
Yeah, the origin of Memorial Day was coming out of the Civil War, started by Abraham Lincoln. But since then, it has morphed into which all of us who have lost loved ones need to take time to pause and remember those who once walked among us, both small and great, known and unknown.
And I think that's one of the big things about National Action Network is that when we take up a fight or when we join with a family, then they become our family, and they're our family forever.
That's
And,
right.
And speaking of families, I had a very rewarding conversation on Monday. I got a phone call, phone call from the mother of Ezel Ford, thanking all of our National Action Network members and for our supporters for coming out and rallying in the case of her son. She is a mother that's still seeking justice.
Yes, and again, it's a never-ending fight. And one thing that National Action Network has already posed and has planned to do is that we will keep fighting the good fight of faith until justice is actually won. We don't sit back. We don't take a back seat. And every time that seems to be a no, we just put our shoulders to the wheel and we keep on pushing because we do believe that justice will prevail.
And speaking of many of those things, we're thankful that Saturday, all the victims of police brutality, all the families are coming together this Saturday for a luncheon with our wonderful Congresswoman Maxine Waters. So we look forward to seeing some of our listeners out. Make sure you come see us at our National Action Network table. We're most certainly looking forward to that. Our next chapter meeting is June 1st, Monday.
6 p.m.
6 p.m.
2828 West Jefferson. Please come out and join us.
This is an opportunity for all of our listeners to come on out and be a part of an organization that's designed for action. This is what this radio show is all about, to drive you beyond the walls and get you involved with our community civil rights organization, most prominent civil rights organization, National Action Network. That's some of the reasons why you all are here.
Exactly. It's because of that work and being motivated to seek justice and equality, even though it's seemingly sometimes a thankless task, but we keep pressing on.
And that's why, Ms. Shumay, I'm excited about the work you're doing around membership, which is a big piece of what we're, looking for more members to come and be engaged.
Yes, we welcome everyone to come and be a part of the National Action Network. We could certainly use more people from the community to come out and support us.
So come on out.
Welcome you.
Come on out Monday, June the 1st. Get your June started off right, half of the year. June 1st, we'll be at the half-year mark.
Right.
Come on out and make this end of the year, the last push of the year, a big success, right?
How much
Right.
is membership?
Definitely.
How much is membership? Membership is only $25 per year.
That's right. Come on out. It's that's something that's very low. So we ask that you come on out, be a part. Even if you don't have your membership, come on, come get engaged, come speak up. We got a lot going on with our youth move. What's happening, Simone?
Yes, and I was just about to say, I let everyone know I'm in it for the youth, the kids. A lot of things that's been going on in our communities. We have a chance now for the youth to get involved and to raise their voices and their concerns. And so Youth Move, our first chapter meeting is June 13th, 10:30 to 12 p.m. at 2828 West Jefferson Boulevard. That's a Saturday. So come all on and you're welcome.
And we're looking forward to all of our young
Yes.
people. I'm looking at a few of them running around the studios now.
Hey, come and say what's up.
They're waving back at you, Simone. Even though you're in the show me state, they're waving and saying hello.
So come on out
I
June
miss
13th.
them.
June 13th. If you want your young people to become young activists, become engaged, to expand their conscious around some community concerns, bring them on out.
Yes,
On Saturday,
and-
June the 13th.
And if
Reverend
you
Toulis,
want,
I apologize. Reverend Toulis, I think it's important that the people know that we have initiatives besides just marching. We have criminal justice.
Talk about it.
We have voter protection,
Right.
Anti-violence, jobs,
Yep.
helping people and advocating for jobs.
We had a job fair today.
Yes, the job fair today was at the
WOCC.
WCLC on 109th and Central Avenue, where Reverend Brown was there in that capacity, and then
Member of NAN.
a member of NAN, and then
Reverend J. Mo was down there
I was
watching
there.
and making sure things was going up the par.
That's
NAN-
right. Watching,
NAN
seeing,
standard.
watching and seeing what's going on, and then ran into some friends from Greater Ebenezer that they're having a job fair in September. So jobs are available, and we do more than just march. As you said, Brother Robert, we do give information about jobs.
Corporate responsibility.
Talk about it.
We believe in holding the corporation responsible for inclusion. And then, of course, we'll talk about it a little bit later, but education is a big part of our initiatives.
Absolutely.
Decency, and just bringing all that together to form a stronger community.
And one of the other good things I like is we also, not only June 1st is our meeting, but the week after June 1st, Simone, we have, our police accountability stuff. And with
Yes.
the police accountability, it's a good opportunity for our community to get involved and share their voice of why why it's important that we change some laws. I mean, we pushed out from demonstration to legislation. We didn't want to just march about it. We wanted to talk. We wanted to change some laws.
Absolutely.
And that's what it's all about. So tomorrow I'll be heading up to Sacramento again. I will be heading up there and, stand on the case, letting folks know this is what we need them to do. We need more police accountability. I mean, speaking of police accountability, Cleveland, Ohio.
That's right. That's
I mean,
a
the world is
travesty.
talking about Cleveland, Ohio, the place where Tamir Rice was killed. A judge acquitted the Cleveland cop for the 2012 shooting of the black couple in Cleveland. 137 bullets hit that car, and this officer, Michael Borello, was acquitted by the judge. The judge found no reason to file charges on him.
See, you ain't done nothing wrong.
We need some sort of change.
Absolutely. I mean, it is impossible to even conceive that the judge could justify 137 rounds being fired in the car, none exchanged by the victims in the car, and yet that officer walks away scot-free. It's a very disturbing commentary, to say the least, that this can still happen in this country.
Yes, he feels like he's justified in doing that again.
And just days after that, you all check this out. After the police shooting, after the protest, after the things taking place in Cleveland, the Justice Department said it has reached a settlement with the city to overhaul the police department. What y'all think about that?
Well, I think it's definitely necessary. I saw some of the statistics that were given, some of the things that they're not going to be having access to run around like they're a junior army. And I think that it's very important that those that are in higher positions let these officers, whether they be in a rural area, whether they be in a large city, to know that they are not going to be justified in taking their aggression out on innocent people.
And we've seen in our city that this is something that has worked. When we at one point was under the consent decree of our city, and where our police was enforced to reform so much. So we look forward to the things happening. Simone, I know you're on the road. I know you're doing some great things on the road. Any parting words, because I know you got to get back to the word. I guess she's gone.
I'm sorry, I missed your question. I'm sorry. I'm not gone yet.
That's all right, Simone. I was saying, I know you're on the road. What is any parting words for you?
Oh, yes. I just wanted to let everyone know again that Youth Move is on the move. June 15th is our first chapter meeting at 10:30. Please be there. We're going to start recruiting. You'll start seeing blast emails. And if you want to contact me, my email address is Simone, CYMONE .wregion@gmail.com. So I'm going to spell it all out one more time. CYMONE.WREGION
And
so
Simone,
hit me up.
I might add that they can also go to NAN
Yes.
LA Youth Move on Facebook. NAN
Definitely.
LA Youth Move on Facebook.
All right. Joe Helen Shoemate, Miss Shoemate, what's the community 411?
Well, first of all, I have to pay the bills.
Pay the bills. Pay the bills.
I want to thank Raise the Praise, which is a religious newspaper that you can find at your churches, at most churches on Sunday mornings, and you can keep up with what's going on in the neighborhood. So I want to give Raise the Praise a shout out and a thank you. And we also want to thank Granny's Kitchen over at 5440 South Central Avenue. And Mr. Eric Lewis is the proprietor there. Go over and ask for your radio special, which is $4.99.
It's how much?
$4.99.
What you get?
2 pieces of chicken,
And what?
fried or baked, and a side dish and a cornbread muffin.
Now,
and you can't beat that. And I believe they throw in a drink with that.
Miss Shoemate, I hear one of our hosts who's here every week is there like every day. Pastor Martin.
Yes, I was
Yeah.
there today, and I want to encourage the family to go by because you can eat there for $8 and change.
Between Pastor Martin and my mama, I don't know who's in
That's
Granny's.
right. I ran into your mom over there a couple
Soul
of
food
weeks
the
ago.
most. So make sure y'all get on out with Granny's Kitchen.
And also this week, there are a couple of things going on. This Saturday, as you know, we want to be in prayer for the Riley B. King family, also known as B.B. King.
Oh, that's
He
BB,
passed
yeah.
recently, and his services is this Saturday, May 30th, 2015, at the Belgrove Baptist Church in Indianola, Mississippi. As you know, that is my stomping ground.
That's it.
So we want to keep
Mississippi.
his family in prayer,
And that's BB
and
King.
the city of Indianola
That's right.
as well, because they're mourning the loss of B.B. King. And on this Sunday, the 31st, over at Faithful Central, the Living Room, 400 West Florence, at 5 p.m., they're having Alexander Hamilton Day. As you know, he is a great musician here in Los Angeles. He's taken on a lot of musical events. He made a couple of songs back in the 70s with Reverend Cleveland. I think it was Let Him In Today. I think
Yes.
he wrote that song when they did that live at Carnegie Hall. So we want to keep Alexander Hamilton in prayer. And go over on Sunday if you want to hear some good music. The Los Angeles chapter of the Gospel Music Workshop will be singing, among others, 5 p.m. this Sunday, the Living Room.
One more announcement.
Oh, tonight, tomorrow, and Friday night at the Mount Olive Baptist Church under the pastoral leadership of Reverend C. Lamar Simmons. At the corner of Colden and Hoover, Reverend Clinton McFarland from Atlanta, Georgia, will
Powerhouse.
be in the summer revival at the Mount Olive Baptist Church. One powerful preaching machine. Y'all to come
you
out
don't want to miss him.
and hear him.
Matter of fact, I'm going tonight.
Tonight.
I'm going tonight. As soon
Yeah,
as
after we
this
leave
radio
this,
show is over,
after the
I'm
show is over,
and to check out Clinton McFarland. Pastor Al Johnson, I know he's en route. He's one of our faithful listeners, and thank you, Dr. J. Mo, for making that announcement. But listen, you all, last week we didn't get a chance to talk about it, but it was some promising things that took place here in Los Angeles. On Tuesday, our city became the biggest U.S. city to raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour.
yes, sir.
Okay.
Economic justice.
That was some good news, but and that increase will be taking place in 2020. And that's a wonderful thing that took place in the city of LA.
Well, yes, absolutely. I mean, a lot of times when you're doing things and it doesn't seem like you're getting anywhere. It doesn't seem like you're getting any progress. But one thing that we have done, we've continued to remain consistent in the fight. We never gave up. We went downtown. We partnered with SEIU 721.
That's right.
And
We've been pushing the raise
and been
wage.
pushing it until Los Angeles is now the lead in the model city, and I do believe that it's going to spread across the rest of the country. So I want to thank all of our listeners and all of our participants, and especially Reverend Tudis, for your steadfastness in keeping us engaged in this monumental and successful venture.
But even though we have a victory in the $15 a raise, we are still concerned about the plight of African American unemployment and employment within our city.
Absolutely, because it's still staggering numbers.
But we're lucky tonight to have with us one of the most prominent community organizers in the city of Los Angeles, Miss Sherry Bell from the Black Workers Center. Welcome, Sherry, to Beyond the Walls.
All right.
Thank you, Reverend Tulis.
So happy to have you, Sherry.
Thank you.
I mean, you hear we're proclaiming victory over with the $15 raise. We know that even though we have victory, we still have a few hurdles we have to hop over. And I know Black Workers Center is always on the case, leading the march for justice for African Americans in the workforce all across this city. Sherry, what's happening?
Well, what happened last week was that, the city council voted
14-0, the drafting ordinance to pass the minimum wage, which is a great victory. Black men and women have been standing up and speaking out in support of increasing this wage, and we were successful. However, with black workers in the city of Los Angeles, being over 50% of us are either not working, so we're unemployed,
Wow.
or we're what you call underemployed, working jobs to pay $12 an hour or less.
Yeah.
So our concern is access, right? So we want to make sure that when the wage increases or where the wage is now, that black workers are getting access to employment in good paying jobs. So basically with this office of with the minimum wage being passed, we also won an Office of Labor Standards that would do wage enforcement. But we know for black workers, not getting access to the job is the ultimate form of wage theft that we have to be included. So basically, pretty much what we're fighting for, what we want to call to action, we want to call black folks in the city of LA to really stand with us and support us on Friday at City Hall. The Economic Development Committee is going to be hearing for the final time before they draft this ordinance, the motion of anti-discrimination enforcement.
So Sherry, on Friday, we're asking, or we're demanding to our city council, to the Economic Commission, that we need we need the Office of Labor in the city of Los Angeles, right?
We need the Office of Labor Standards and Enforcement, but we need it to include anti-discrimination enforcement. So our civil rights protections needs to be enforced. Our folks fought really hard for those rights.
That's right.
Civil Rights Act of 1964. It didn't end there. We're still on a quest for jobs, justice, and freedom, and we need our rights enforced locally in the city of LA when there is a huge black jobs crisis.
And I mean, in this department, this section of City Hall will be the section where we can go and we can reach out to and we can complain, saying, "Hey, none of our people are being hired," right?
Well, we wanted to. We're the Office of Labor Standards model is a co-enforcement model.
Okay.
So for community-based organizations like ours and
Yes.
others to work with the city to do investigations and get justice for workers.
And so on Friday, it's very important. Even though we can claim this victory at $15 an hour, we still have another hurdle to jump over, you all. So Friday, we want all of our listeners, all of our family, all of our friends to meet down at City Hall. Where's City Hall at, Sherry?
City Hall, Friday, May 29th, 11:30 a.m. The address is 202 North Spring Street, and it's going to be in room 340, so on the third floor.
And so we want all of our listeners to get on down there. And I know Pastor Martin and Pastor Mosley will be there. I will be there, but I'll be out of town. I'll be up in Sacramento. But our organization will be well represented.
Absolutely. We definitely want to make sure that our presence is not only heard, but we want our presence to be visible, to let the city council and all of those know that we are standing behind the unions and standing for the right to have a decent life.
We're standing with the workers.
Well, that's the workers. That's the main one.
I mean, that's who we're standing with. I mean, it's a tragedy. I mean, Sherry just shared. I mean, African Americans, it seems as if we're the last hire, first fire. 30% of all African Americans in our city is making $12 or less. I mean, that's tragedy.
And Sherry, I have a question for you, and that is that we've got a victory here with getting the minimum wage raised to $15 an hour, but there's a mentality with some of these bosses that now they're going to have to start laying people off, and you know that when that happens, then a lot of times it's us black folk that get laid off. How do we combat that?
Well, the policy is crafted in a way that it goes in increments. So the $15 an hour is not going to get there until 5 years. I think that a lot of employers use that fear and scare tactic that they have to lay folks off. But there's been several studies that show the more money people have in their pockets, the more it stimulates the economy, and people won't necessarily have to be laid off. We're just trying to close the wealth gap. With black workers being the first to go, that's why we need anti-discrimination in this office, and that's why we need folks down at City Hall on Friday to make sure that our presence is felt and City Council sees that we demand it and we need it now.
So, family, we're asking you to get beyond the walls and go on out this Friday. What time, Sherry?
We need folks to be there at 11:30 a.m. to make sure that they get proper seating.
At City Hall, and we will be there. And we will be there. We will be there, and we will be there in solidarity with the Black Workers Center. We thank you, Sherry, so much for calling Beyond the Walls, and we look forward to claiming victory on Friday. Come on, let's give Sherry some love. Thank you, Sherry.
Thank you, Reverend Tulis. Thank you, everybody.
All right.
No problem.
See you
All right.
Friday.
All right, see you Friday.
So, family, it's important we can claim these victories of $15 an hour. I know a lot of our community is going to be celebrating and benefiting from the fact that this is a well needed. I mean, we've been pushing forward a march. I mean, we've been pushing forward on this fight for 15 for a long time. I mean, we started with the fast food workers, right?
Absolutely. The protests, the sit-in, and we've even had some of our leaders
Go to jail.
go to jail.
Hell, that's right.
I went to jail for $15.
That's right.
I mean, for our fast food workers. Thank y'all for reminding me.
Yeah, I mean, we've gone to both to McDonald's and to Burger King and the various places across the city.
And it did not start. I found out today it did not start with the fast food workers. It started actually with the hotel workers. Hotel workers from Unite Here, you know, Lori, our wonderful member, and Pastor Donald Wilson.
Donald Wilson.
Their organization organized in the city of Long Beach around hotel workers, giving them that living wage, a wage that they will be able to take care of their families. It's something. It's just the right thing to do, right, Pastor Martin?
Exactly. Economic justice is something that we all need because as you say, at the end of the day, if you can't feed your family, why are you working?
So five years to get this right, and I think ultimately, you know, in 2020, I believe our community is going to benefit from it.
Absolutely, and I think that it's again something that we can be thankful for, that we've made the necessary strides in order to make this happen, as opposed to sitting on the sideline and complaining and doing anything. This is why we encourage you to come on out and be a part of the National Action Network LA chapter. We are about action. We do more than just march because of some of the things that you see. There are a lot of things that you don't see that we're doing behind the scenes.
So our next meeting is when, Ms. Shoemate?
Monday, June 1st at 6 p.m., 2828 West Jefferson Boulevard at 9th Avenue in the Concord Baptist Church Sanctuary.
And if you have any questions, you can call us at National Action Network 323-521-3477. That is the place where action live, right, Pastor Martin?
That's right. If you want to take action, if you want to change things, like they say, you got to become a part of an organization.
We say it all the time. If you're going to talk about it, you might as well
Be about it.
I mean, the reality is, you know, our organization and our leader, Reverend Al Sharpton, we believe in getting things done. And we're not going to stop until things are done.
Absolutely. Right. It's a very important factor, as we always reiterate the word action. Action meaning that we just don't sit dormant. You have to get up and do things. If you want changes to be made, you have to do something about them. You can't sit there and think after you thought, then what do? You've got to get up and put what your thought pattern is into action.
And that's the whole purpose of our radio show, Robert. I mean, our desire is to strive people beyond the walls, to drive people beyond the walls. I mean, so many times we get so comfortable beyond the walls of our church, but we don't recognize that true ministry actually starts on the outside.
Absolutely.
Nothing happens unless you get outside the walls of the church, and that's the model that Jesus left for us.
That's right.
Is get out, go ye.
They say go.
Yeah, go.
That's our commission.
Yes. And so I think that one of the
you
things...
preaching, Robert, you about to hoop? What are you doing?
You better ordain him.
You know what I mean?
I'll be ordained soon.
That's right.
All right.
But I think that this is, and not only that, it's a sense of fulfillment. One of the things that I get out of this is that I'm fulfilled when I go out there and I fight for other people.
That's right.
Who don't have the ability, or maybe even don't know that they should fight for themselves.
Absolutely.
And I tell people all the time, you know, they say, well, Pastor Tulis, I mean, you and Pastor Mosley and Pastor Martin, you all pastor churches, and you're out there in the community doing things. Why other pastors don't do? I say this calling that we have for social justice is not a calling for everybody. So I do recognize that there are some listeners that are not called to this.
Right.
But we ask that you still come and support.
Absolutely.
Still encourage.
Absolutely. Now, I don't pastor a church, but
Well, I mean, you did.
I did. But again, the scripture lets us know many are called, but few are chosen. But even if you're not one that will get out with us, you can at least pray for us.
So our sponsors.
Our sponsors are Raise the Praise, the community newspaper that you can pick up in your churches on
I want
Sundays.
y'all to know the owner of Raise the Praise will be with us on next week.
All right.
Pastor
Pastor
Frederick
Howard.
At our meeting, or you mean next Thursday?
He'll be here
Next Wednesday
on Beyond the Walls.
All right.
Yeah.
Great.
Who else we brought by?
We have Granny's Kitchen over 5440 South Central Avenue. Be sure and go over there and pick up a dinner if you don't feel like cooking. And they also do catering. They can take care of your catering. This is graduation time, so if you want them to cater a meal for
Catering,
your
birthday
family,
parties.
be sure and give them a call at 323
Backyard boogies.
231 2141
Church picnics. They do it all.
and ask for Eric.
As for our buddy Eric and Robert, I was sitting here and I was looking at the San Diego Voices and Viewpoint. And Robert, man, you're doing your job, brother. You got us the whole full page of the Voices and Viewpoint.
I have to let you know that I put in some work for that.
I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did.
Oh, but you did, brother.
I'm so thankful for, they gave us, we're so happy about our new chapter, National Action Network San Diego, Pastor Martin. I mean, there's a nice, beautiful photos of you and Pastor Mosley and Big Mike, Pastor Michael Cummins. Happy birthday, Big Mike.
Yeah, happy birthday, Big
Birthday,
Mike.
Mike.
Hey,
Birthday,
Big
Mike.
Me and Big Mike had a little breakfast this morning, and this is just a wonderful thing taking place in San Diego, Pastor Martin.
Yes, indeed. It's always good to see that the young generation are carrying on the work that has already begun. Has to be, and Brother Shane Harris, we're supporting him down there. We know he's going to be doing a great job, Pastor Tulis.
Yes, we're looking forward to all the great things to come. And again, we ask all of our listeners to come on out, meet us at 2828 West Jefferson. That's right on the corner of 9th Ave and Jefferson on Monday night at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Be there, Miss Shoemate. I mean, we have so much going on at National Action Network. I mean, if you want to meet us right there at that place.
Come out on Monday because we have a fun event coming up on the 27th of June. So come out Monday and we'll let you know what that's all
A
about.
surprise event, 27th and the 20th. And so we're looking forward to that. And also, we do have places for young people. We have a place for young people with our youth move. I know many of us are excited. I know your daughter is excited, Pastor Mosley.
Yeah, she's been one that has been on the television marching side by side of
Saying
her father,
no justice, no peace.
and raising the chant "No justice, no peace," and she's been in several of the marches and has made an effect on what her students that have seen her said that they've seen her on the news, and I think that is just the seed to be planted. That
That's
when
right.
I can't walk anymore, I'm sitting in the chair, I can tell her to go ahead.
She could push you.
I didn't say a wheelchair. I just said I'm sitting in a chair.
Pastor Mosley, I don't think that they know that they inspire other young people. My son, who's getting ready to graduate from college, saw all the young people that were out, and he's like, I want to be a part. When is the next march?
Yeah,
Excellent.
And so they're setting a good example for others.
That's
Excellent.
right.
It's just not an old person or older person's march, because what we're doing has an effect and will not even indirectly, will directly have an effect on them. So they need to be engaged.
We need to get the young people out there because it's definitely marching is not for old folks.
And I'm looking forward because my young people are so excited. My kids, my two children, the 1-year-old might be the ringleader, but the children at the church also The young people at the church I pastor, Weller Street, they're excited about coming and being a part of the youth move to come. So we got a lot of things exciting coming up, and we ask that you come on down. Summer is sizzling at the National Action Network. I mean, we also going to be preparing, and you're going to hear more about it possibly next week, our Western Regional Conference with our national leader, Reverend Sharpton, will be in town in the month of August the 12th and the 11th. He's going to be here in town, and we're going to give you more information where you can come and hear him speak. So we have a whole lot going on, you all right?
Absolutely. We are always on the move. We are an organization that believes in that middle word, action.
That's right. That's right. And, Robert, what else we have happening?
Well, we could take a little bit to talk about Black consciousness.
Talk about it.
At the J Spot.
Yeah.
J. Anthony Brown is an activist.
Yeah.
And I know that he's a good friend of Reverend Sharpton's.
He supported us at our Black History celebration.
They're doing Black consciousness, Black Lives Matter at the J Spot, and we'll be hosting a night there. So we'll give you more details on that.
That's Saturday, June the 20th. And if you want tickets, 323-521-3477, 323-521-3477. And we are looking forward to having a wonderful time at the J Spot. Family,
and with Reverend Toulis, because every organization and even churches are supported by money, by dollars.
Right.
And so one of the great things about the J Spot is that the proceeds go to National Action Network.
Yeah, so we're so thankful for J. Anthony Brown and Neil Anderson for allowing us to be a host, for thinking about our organization and recognizing the work that we're doing. Again, we asked that each of our listeners to come on down on Monday, and as we any parting views for any of you all?
Is J-Mo going to do a comedy routine?
I hope so. Any parting words, Ms. Shoemay?
Well, I want to give a shout out to a dear friend of mine in Fontana named Pat Williams. She said she would listen to the show tonight.
All right, Pat.
I'd like to give a shout out. I have some friends that know about tuning in, and they are in Arizona, in Texas, and in New York City. So I thank you for tuning in and being a part of this great broadcast.
And I forgot to mention my oldest member, Sister Ollie Lee McGarry. I asked her if she's going to be listening. And she said,
years old.
So she's in a wheelchair going between the kitchen and the dining room, but she got the radio on. How you doing, Sister McGarry? And to all of my members at New Life Institutional Baptist Church, how y'all?
And I want to shout out to my Bishop McClendon, who is recently with Bishop Jamal Bryant, praying for the city of Baltimore. And so we're hoping to have Bishop on the show soon.
All right. We look forward to that. I want to also, just share some love with my family, my beautiful wife, Kira, and my 3 beautiful children, Kaylin, Caleb, and Caden. And I don't like to forget about my dog, Kennedy, because she meets me at the window every time I come home. Listen, come on out Monday, June 1st, 6 p.m., National Action Network, 2828 West Jefferson Boulevard. We welcome you. Come beyond the walls. Get involved. Be a part of a movement that's striving towards action, a movement that don't just believe in talking about it, but being about it. And we want to thank all of our in-studio, all of our workers. If you get an opportunity, go to our YouTube page. We got a YouTube page, y'all. Y'all know that?
All right, yeah. Just heard it last night. Beyond the Walls.
Yeah, highlights of the program.
We thank Sister Gabby for hooking that up for us, y'all.
Thank you.
And I see she back there getting things together for this upcoming week to let our listeners know the importance of going beyond the walls. I got to get ready for a flight, y'all. I got to get up ready for a flight. I got to get up and get going and get ready to be a part of some action in Sacramento on tomorrow. We're going to hit this police accountability. Don't forget about that. Go to our Facebook page, National Action Network Los Angeles. Sign the petition. Yes, we are still signing the petition. Tomorrow, many of those bills are going before the Appropriation Committee, and we want them to know that we are on the case. We're not going to let you sleep. We're going to make it happen. We're going to hit down the House.
That's right. We're going to let them know that we will not take no. and that we will continue to press forward until justice is done.
But we need
not
you.
Take a compromise.
We need you. We need you, our listeners. Come on out Monday, June 1st. Until next week, we thank Ruben, who's our engineer tonight. Next week, same time, same station, KTYM, where you'll find Action, National Action Network, Beyond the Walls. Come, get involved. Come, be engaged. Come and be a part of the National Action Network. Don't miss that bell. Remember, family, we don't shake folks down. We simply
Shake them up
till next week. God bless you all. Thank you.
and keep the faith.